Recalling the good old memories for many of us who grew up watching this show, it's so good to know that SpongeBob and SquarePants will have a spin-off series called Kamp Koral. And today, like one of the greatest dreams accomplished, I have the honor to speak with the main characters, Patrick and SpongeBob. Please welcome, Tom Kelly and Bill Fagerbakke. How is it going, guys? Hi, nice meeting you.
Great, Jack.
It's going great, Jack. Thank you for saying Patrick first.
Oh my God.
It's nice for us to know that we're still around too.
Yeah. I was very hesitant at the beginning. Oh my God, are they gonna do the voices, or maybe they are tired because of all these interviews? But it's so fun to see that you still have so much energy.
Oh yeah, we love doing it. It's a great job, and it's fun to have. It's fun to be promoting a product and a character that you totally love. Like you don't have to go, I'm not crazy about this, but I'll say nice stuff. When it comes to Patrick, or when it comes to SpongeBob and Patrick, we love those characters, and it's an honor to be them. So it's kind of fun to proselytize about them. It's fun.
That's so nice and so beautiful to know. Well, first of all, let's talk about the latest movie called Sponge on the Run. How did people receive it? How much fun do you have making it with all these cameos and crazy stuff happening? Let's talk first with you, Bill.
Well, it's the opposite of doing a series, right? Because when we do an episode of the show, we all would traditionally, without pre-COVID, get together and we do it in one afternoon, an 11-minute episode. Now you go to the feature world and it's 20 months or something, and it's all just fractured, and you forget, like, well, this scene, or we're doing this scene again that we already recorded 8 months ago, but they rewrote it or something. So it's harder to have a sense of the whole as you're doing it. And then of course, we're using Snoop Dogg, we're using Keanu Reeves, and we don't get to meet any of them. So I'm glad you guys are having fun working with these guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
As a sponge, I always have a grasp on my holes.
Considering you go on this trip looking forward to get to Gary, who is lost, what's the most beautiful thing you have done for a friend, or a friend has done for you, Tom?
Wow. Well, hey, I see friends are doing beautiful stuff for me all the time. Really, especially now with the pandemic and stuff, we need each other more than ever. So, just meal trains for people that are sick, and food bank, donating to food banks and all that stuff. Like everybody's stepping up and doing that, wearing their masks up. Hopefully, you hear me, Texas and Mississippi, and it's. We're all doing stuff for each other. We need to build each other up all the time. And SpongeBob's world and Steve Hillenburg's vision of the world was really all about positivity and friendship and doing things for each other. And I've had great friends, mentors, teachers. Like it's hard to pick out just one person, but man, I would say most of the people in my life have been super nice and encouraging, and in a way that I can you hope to pay it forward.
Yeah, sure. And what about you, Bill?
There are a couple elements. First of all, there's the sheer joy of a child who has a friend that they feel good about playing with, and to a degree, that's kind of the essence of SpongeBob and Patrick. But when you have a friend, I was lucky to have a friend in high school that we shared a really critical thing. We were both jocks who had kind of a creative element too. I was in choir and I loved singing, and he was in the band. He played French horn, and then he was also an artist. And I wound up, after having a football scholarship, stumbling into acting in college, and he wound up as a painter. And so we both got to follow the more creative elements of ourselves, and so that was very important as a boy, as a teenager, to have that affirmation of a friend, because young people, I think, especially feel a lot of pressure to be pigeonholed into one thing.
Yeah, and just like Patrick and SpongeBob, you know, you especially at the during those tough childhood times and you know adolescence and teenhood, it really helps if you have that wingman or wing person, whatever you call it, and you know. I was lucky enough to have that person. Bill was lucky enough to have that friend that kind of, you know, encourages you and enables you. You can do this. You know, you're going to get out of this town. You're going to do great things. You know, and yeah, boy, if I hadn't had that, and it sounds like if Bill hadn't had that, maybe you wouldn't have been as determined.
Yes, that's so great, and that's so beautiful to know. And what about this new series called Kamp Koral? What are we going to be able to see in next episodes, the first episodes of this spin-off series? Can you please give us a little bit of a sneak peek of those crazy situations?
Sure. Both the movies Sponge on the Run and the spin-off series Kamp Koral both drop on March 4th today, I think, on Paramount
Yes.
Plus, and then they're going to find their way to other streaming services as those things do. And yeah, it's just a flashback into SpongeBob and Patrick's lives when they're little kids at summer camp, and that comes off of a scene in the movie that's kind of a flashback, you know, scene. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I don't know how many. Bill, do you know how many episodes of Kamp Koral they're dumping on Paramount
Ooh,
Plus?
well, I'm just going to guess it's going to be at least a half dozen, I would think, but I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I'm gonna pull that number out of my butt too. There's six. I don't know, six. Sounds good to me. Six. Patrick's the smartest guy I know. Yeah. But when you run out of them, you'll know, and then there'll be more to come because we're working on Kamp Koral like crazy, and new episodes, and recorded new episodes yesterday. And
Yeah, we had already finished, I think, 26 episodes of Kamp Koral before we started on another order. Yeah, and I think people are really going to enjoy. It's the same tone as the original show, which we are also still doing in 2D, but this is CGI. This is computer generated, like the film, but it's done with the same humor and the same feel of the original show. And the storyboard artists have done an incredible job transferring that sensibility to CGI. It's really hilarious.
And I always wondered how to make this show likable, just like my finished question, not only for kids, but for adults as well, how balancing those elements that are very important part of this.
Yeah, I think that all comes down to character. You know, Steve Hillenburg was just really all about the characters, and if the characters are who they are and they do what they do and they interact how they react, and you know if that you know that has to be consistent. And luckily in cartoons it can be very broad strokes and very simple, right? Like so SpongeBob's the naive optimistic one, Patrick is the impulsive maybe not so smart one, you know, Squidward is the cranky neighbor, you got the greedy boss who only cares about money, Sandy is the you know the outsider that kind of comes into their world and she's all sassy and energetic. And as long, you know, there's just infinite ways that you can put those characters, you know, in contact with each other and things that you can do with them story-wise, just different combos and different things. And Kamp Koral is kind of the latest iteration of that, where we're taking them and we're taking them back to their childhood at a summer camp, at a sleepaway camp in the woods.
Well, Tom, Bill, thanks so much for your time. I'm sure people will like the show. I'm looking forward to see it on Paramount Plus this March 8th today. It's the release date, so it was fun, so much fun speaking to you guys, and I wish you the best in the next projects to come. I hope we see each other again soon or later.
I hope it'll be in person, Jack. Nice to see you.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.